When was the last time that you were turned on in public?
The other day I was in the waiting room for the dentist and it was taking a long time and I was so thinking about like how the dentist was gonna be like all in my mouth, and no one was there. The receptionist had like turned around, and so I kind of like leaned over and put my hand in my pants and myself, but some more people walked in to sit in the waiting room, so I had to move it to the bathroom.
You with yourself waiting for the dentist?
Yeah.
Can you show me like how you do something like that in public?
I was like bent over like this so no one could see, and I like put my hand in my pants.
Okay.
Well, I guess this young, stunning and brave queen was really looking forward to her crown filling. To be honest, this was lighter than the usual stories where these strong, independent young women put out there on blast. If anything, a guy can schedule a date with her at a dentist for a cleaning, and I think she may clean out his backed up pipes.
Oh, behave.
All joking aside, isn't this type of information supposed to be of a personal nature, ladies? I mean, you have to admit, when young women like this put on blast these things, it doesn't look good, no matter how much spin you ladies want to throw on top of it. Reputation is important for men and women, but I would say when it comes to social reputation, women tend to be more cautious as they don't want to be embarrassed among their friends and family. I guess rubbing her personal bean just before her chompers get checked out doesn't really count, huh?
No.
Moving on.
Okay, yeah, no. Alright, so our age gap is supported on this channel a lot. You know, ours is 19 years. We get so much love from you guys. We can't thank you enough. However, where this line is drawn, we do not know. We don't know. This seems like the line is drawn a little too far here. This is not something we would suggest to anyone this far of an age gap.
Not to say that we're experts because we're in an age gap relationship.
Or have success with it, no.
Yeah, therefore we know what is wrong and what is right. There's definitely gray areas, but I just feel like this is maybe
that's a little too
outside
much
of the gray area.
But what is it? You know, I have friends that have dated and had successful long-term relationships at 25 years and 30 years apart.
Yeah.
You know, they're not together anymore, but I know a ton of you have written in with so many stories and age gap differences that have amazing success stories, incredible. So where is that line? We do not know, but this we would say is a no-go.
It's a no.
Most of you, I think, would agree, but yeah, love is love. We promote that. We do promote that.
We do say that.
Can an 18-year-old date a 60-year-old? If the question is posed from a legal standpoint, the answer will be yes. They're both consenting adults. If it comes from a moral standpoint, that really depends on whose morals you are basing the inquiry on. But here is the biggest issue I think my male viewers whom have participated in an age gap relationship have with such a generic question. And that is, whom are you applying this to?
What? What are you talking about?
You see, off rip, the majority of the viewers, especially my female viewers, are going to assume the 18-year-old is a young woman and the 60-year-old is a man. Sure, what if the genders were swapped there, ladies? I don't see too many of you women protesting when a has got herself a younger man in a relationship. You know, double standards and all. Oh, I forgot. That's different because of reasons. I'm not an expert either to say if this is right or wrong. The reason I chose to audit this video is because this subject has been mentioned several times in the comments, and we really don't have a shortage of videos from women trying their best to shame men for dating younger women.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Moving on.
I find it really ironic that you have so many men online who are like, bros, get your passports ready, which implies, for one, that you were a grown adult in America who does not already currently have a passport, which is not the hardest thing in the world, but it does take a bit of effort to do. These guys all talk about the idea of getting a passport, of how much better it would be if they went to another country and found a wife and things like that. But many of them are just talking about it and they're not actually doing it, which is ironic to me because the reason why most of these guys are not more successful with women is because they don't have the ability to actually plan and follow through with anything. If you are a man who is unsuccessful with women, but you don't actually have the responsibility, dedication, and follow-through to even become a passport bro, you're just gonna talk about it and threaten to do it on social media to piss off women. And then you don't know why women are not attracted to you.
Actually, I will give this XXL queen some credit here. It's very similar to when women say they want a sweet, gentle, nice guy to have a beautiful relationship with, only to end up on Chad/Tyrone's roster, getting their backs blown out, and becoming single moms who will spend years trying to get her small cut of his child support payments.
Now that's a lot of damage!
The bulk of men who want to become passport bros don't follow through immediately for multiple reasons, but we can cut those down to the usual suspects, such as they financially cannot at the present, or they have commitments inside of their Western countries that prohibits them from leaving, or another reason is they may not be able to because of legal issues that must be resolved first. Being a passport bro is not this black and white two-category system this body-positive queen wants to make it look like. Ladies, let's put it this way. For as much extra shaming padding the bulk of you may or may not want to throw on with this video's message, at the end of the day, you still have to deal with the reality that those who do become passport bros usually have the finances you are looking for that are now overseas out of your reach.
Fatality.
Flawless victory.
Moving on.
So I was 100% raised in the independent girl era, you know, make sure that you're secure financially and in yourself so that you want a man, you don't need a man, blah, blah, blah. Definitely. And I used to not wear it well, but I am now in a new space where I'm enjoying my softer side, and it is phenomenal. But in that, you know, there are some ways and some ways of being that are hard to get rid of. I say that to say this. Today on the plane, a man offered to put my carry-on up in the luggage rack. Now, I'm a person, I work out, and on days where I don't work out, I try to get as many steps in as I can. If I have to pick up things, I don't mind it. If I park a little further at the mall, it's fine because I'm looking for ways to get the workout in. So that's what I was thinking when he said, would you like some help with that bag? So I'm thinking, no, I got it, because I really just wanted that extra push.
Mama say that happiness is from magic rays of sunshine that come down when you're feeling blue.
Say it ain't so. Wait a minute. This strong and independent queen was all about being a type of boss babe, and she don't need no man all through her younger years, and now after the wall smashing, she now wants to be more feminine?
Surprise, surprise, surprise!
Unfortunately, there, my experienced queen, it's a tad bit too late in the game to uninstall all that womanist malware. Yeah, you're gonna get a good chunk of it out of your system, but that doesn't go away completely. On top of that, regardless of how many steps or squats you put in the gym, your best SMV bargaining years are already expired. What I mean by that? She more than likely wants a more traditional man, but the thing is, the older you are, the more indoctrinated you are, and the harder it is going to be to find a man like that. Unless, of course, she decides to settle for a beta imp chump she can train.
I'll do anything for you.
But when I sat down, I was thinking, am I making it so that men don't want to be chivalrous by saying no when they offer? Now, I also have this notion that you are who you are, and that if you offer, and you should do that because that's just a part of who you are. But I also understand that many people are led by the results. So if they ask and people keep saying no, then they start to say, well, they don't want it, so we won't do it. And I don't know from a man's standpoint if that's what's happening. But that is my question to the men, but women, feel free to chime in. I feel like the next time, anytime, unless he's creepy, a man asks me if I need help putting my luggage in the overhead, that I'm just going to go ahead and say yes and be appreciative of the offer. So that's what I'm thinking right now. I reserve the right to change my mind, but I'm curious what you all are thinking about that.
Hold up a hot second. She actually figured out if she lets a man be a man, she may actually receive that chivalry she is wanting? Did the light just come on in her noggin? Jokes aside, I'm afraid, in my opinion, it's a tad bit too late for this gem of a queen. Even in her voice and body language, you can tell the discomfort she is going through to let go of the hard-charging boss babe attitude. Ladies, I am just going to be 100 with all of you. This attitude right here is the type that is going to keep chivalrous men away from you as if you had a radiation hazard symbol tattooed on your forehead. Men who are worth their salt don't want a woman they have to handle, especially one who lives the I don't need no man mantra. Okay, sis, you don't need no man. And a real man don't need to put up with your bull. This isn't about the overhead carry-on. It's about all the overhead migraine boss babes like to bring to a relationship.
Emotional damage.
Moving on.
All right, so let me tell you about like the top 5 worst dates I've been on. Yesterday I went out with this guy. When he picked me up off rip, he was like a terrible driver, terrible. I was scared for my life, and I even told him like, dude, you suck at driving. What the hell's going on? And then he was like, oh, I got you a gift. Do you like perfumes? And well, yeah, I like perfumes. So he gave me the box, whatever. And the boxes were a little beat up, but I was like, maybe he's had them in his car for a while. Who knows? So we get to the restaurant, and there was a little bit of a wait. So we were just chatting it up outside. And he was like, oh, do you like Montclair? Do you like, you know, Dolce & Gabbana and Saint Laurent? And then I was like, yeah, I do. I mean, yeah. He was telling me just to see like, oh, I know all these big brands. And my boss is an attorney. When he does his Christmas shopping, I wrap all his gifts. So I know Montclair, I know Dolce & Gabbana, I know Yves Saint Laurent, probably brands that I don't even know what the hell. He buys a bunch of. So I was like, yeah, I know all these brands. So at this point, we're sitting at the table, and he's like, oh, well, my friend steals all this stuff, and I'm looking into like buying it from him so I can resell it. At this point, I'm sitting there like, oh, okay, okay. And you know, to each their own. Like, make your money how you can, but that's just not someone that I want to be with. So he's asking me at the table, do you like sunglasses? Like, I can get you some sunglasses if you want them. And I'm like, I'm good off the sunglasses. Like, I do like them, but I'm okay. I'm like, they're stolen, you know, I don't want stolen shit.
Ladies, if you didn't notice, this young queen's intentions of explaining one of her worst dates is not playing out how she thinks. You see, she isn't telling any man who is watching this video how bad her date was. What she is actually doing is basically telling every guy out there the type of guy she dates. And for those of you who think I just exaggerated that a little bit,
come on now, dog. Come on, man.
She described the guy who drives crappy and buy stolen stuff. Somehow, I am not picturing a guy in a Wall Street business suit there, driving a Tesla. That's some bad boy tales right there. This queen may work for a lawyer, but it seems she would rather date a criminal lawyer's clients, especially when he told her he buys stolen items, and she literally said to each their own and make your money how you can, and that's not someone she wants to be with. Yeah, that would have been her cue to leave, but she stayed. Don't go off a woman's words, go off her actions.
God, Karen, you are so stupid.
Ladies, I'm sorry, but this is the part where my male viewers will write those comments most of you don't like, but they are not wrong. She claims she doesn't want stolen stuff, but she sure doesn't have a problem having dinner with a guy offering her some stolen stuff. Yeah, I can only imagine what other things she doesn't mind.
And at this point, like, he gets offended. He's like, ¿qué importa si están robados? Si yo se los estoy comprando, so no importa, blah, blah, blah. Yelling at the top of his lungs in the restaurant. So I'm sitting there, like, just looking around. And I really didn't say anything. I was just sitting there like, dude, calm down. Like, I don't want glasses. It's okay. But I think he got offended because that's, like, what he's thinking of doing. And I'm just like, I wasn't with it. So he got a little offended. And we're at a Mexican restaurant, so when it came to order, like, he's like, I don't like avocado, I don't like sour cream, I don't like this, I don't like that. And I'm just like, dude, well, what the f are you gonna eat? You know, that everything comes with, like, rice and beans and avocado and sour cream and lettuce and all of that. So he's like a picky eater. I love to eat and try all types of different foods. So, like, if you're that much of a picky eater, it's a no for me. So while we were eating, it was super awkward because I was just, like, ready to go home. And I'm like, okay, this sucks. Like, what the f is going on right now? And when we were done, he asked me where we wanted to go or where I wanted to go after. And I'm like, I just want to go home. Like, it's the weekday. I'm ready to go home. You know, I have to wake up early for work tomorrow. But it was, like, the worst experience of my life. Nothing wrong with what he does, but it's just not someone that I want to invest my time in and, like, continue getting to know or seeing. So I was just like, I just want to go home. I want tonight to be over. And, yeah, it was pretty bad. Top 5 worst dates ever.
Nothing wrong with what he does. Again, it just shows how women can say they want a good man, but are okay with whatever the bad boy does. Let's be honest. The only reason she wanted to go home was because he couldn't control his temper. But oh boy, was his line of criminal work exciting. Ladies, every experienced male viewer on this channel knows that women, especially younger women, find nice, law-abiding men completely boring. And as I said earlier, this young gem of a queen has made it clear she wants a bad boy. That is probably what gets her blood pumping. If this is one of her top 5 bad dates, what does her best date look like? I'm gonna guess here it would be a guy who is completely tatted up, is over 6 feet tall, more than likely has a criminal record, probably already has a baby mama, owns a motorcycle, and gives her the butterflies of the unknown adventure that is to come next. Sweetheart, all I have to say about your obvious taste in your future boo is to have his bail money ready. And make sure you have proper transportation to bring his kids over during those prison visits. Make sure to schedule those out a week in advance though. Hey, I'm not wishing criminal charges on anyone, but with this track record, does anyone actually think she's going to end up with a guy working a normal 9 to 5? I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.